Hello, welcome to part two of how to stay warm and solar build on a Chevy 2000, no, Chevy 2500, 2005 van. As you can see, I got 8 wires hanging down, and you can't hardly see it, but on top is all 8 solar panels. So this is part two of the solar panel build. And I still got a lot of work to do, but I got the biggest part of it done. I'm going to go up here so you can see it. I don't have it mounted to the roof yet. I'm trying to decide if I can find some cheap racks to bolt on and then put that on top, or just tack weld it until I can get some more money. So I'll probably just tack weld it because I got to take it all apart when I get ready to paint the van again. But there it is. All 8 panels. Just perfect room. Probably about a foot before you get up to the windshield. I came all the way back, so it's pretty well much flat all the way across there, except for down there. I got to take the rags off. I taped those on so it would slide up the windshield and up here. I'm trying to do this. It's about 200 pounds. And I did this mostly with one hand because I'm paralyzed partially on my left side, and my left shoulder joint is deteriorated socket, ball and socket. But I still managed to get it up there. Inside here is my old battery system, and it's a mess. And then up there was my controller that I put up there for the roof mount. And then the other controller will go right below it. Then I'll have 200 incoming watts. And then charge my batteries. And the good thing about it is, those are the kind of solar panels that it don't have to be sunny out, to get any charge out of them. It can be cloudy. You can park if it's nighttime and you're staying at Walmart's. You can park under one of those big pole lights, and that will get energy. Right now, they're on, except I don't have them connected, but let's see. It's the blue lights, I think, on this side. I'll see. And just with that light right there, you can see that they're on. There's a little LED right there. I'll have to get the camera up there. There, see? Little LED light means that they're getting light enough to charge, send out current, and all of them are on. And that's just with that light there. So, and when you go to a Walmart, those lights are bright. So it doesn't matter if it's night or day. The solar panels will always give me a little bit of energy. And if I'm out, like what you call boondocking, if the moon is full, you'll get a little bit of a charge. Not much, but it's better than sitting there in the dark waiting for daylight to get a charge. But you get a little bit. I'd probably say get about 30 watts of a nighttime with a full moon out of 200 watt solar panels. So it's not much, but if you got them hooked up to your batteries and you're running something, it'll make your batteries last a lot longer through the night. And then when it does get daylight, maybe you won't run out of heat if you're running those little heaters like I am. Those are little defroster heaters you can put up in your windshields if your defrosters ain't working. And they put out a little bit of heat for being a 12-volt heater. And one of them, when it was about 35 degrees, I had just one running in the van, the first one I bought, and it kept it where it wasn't so cold inside. I mean, it wasn't toasty warm, but it was enough that, you know, you can move around and survive in your van and everything without having to use your propane. That propane's about killed me 3 different times. So, that's where I'm at here on part 2. Be sure to subscribe and click the little bell down here. And as I'm doing more experiments to see what it takes to heat a van to be nice and comfortable and last all night long without your batteries dying. So when you get up, you can start your van and it'll start. This morning mine was dead. So that's when I went and got these better batteries. And I want to start doing those. And I got to take one of those other ones back for a core charge. But anyways, I think if you're trying to stay warm in your van, this is maybe a good experiment, and you just keep your eyes open, because once I get everything hooked up, I'm going to probably get 1 or 2 more of those heaters and cut the cords and wire them to the batteries so that they stay on all the time. If you leave the cigarette plug lighter on, and you plug it into your cigarette lighter, you don't want to let those stay on more than 20 minutes because it'll melt your wires inside your dash where your current goes to the cigarette plug lighter. And plus, the cigarette plug male part that goes into the female, it gets hot and it'll melt the thinner wires on the plug of your cigarette female lighters, where you plug your cigarettes in or your cigarette lighters. But wiring it direct and tying it straight to the battery, the wires don't really get hot. Sometimes they might get a little kind of warm, but they don't get hot or so hot that you can smell the wire burning or anything. So that's a good deal there. And for $12, for what little heat that puts out, it'll defrost your windows if you got them up in your windshield. But I'm using them for heaters. I don't want to have to run an expensive heater right now till I get my battery bank set up. And under my bed, I'll make a battery bank with those kind of batteries, so I can get enough that will run an inverter strong enough to run this 1500 watt heater all night long without all my batteries going down. So I got to do an experiment on this to see how many batteries it would take to last 8 to 10 hours before the solar would kick in full charge. So I'm going to end part 2. And please do share on your Facebook and stuff, because there's a lot of people, especially I've seen a lot of women living in minivans. Some of them live in their cars. And I know an old lady that's not an old lady. She's about 50 probably. And she lives in a pickup truck. And then there's people that's got campers. They pull them and just pull up into Walmart. And you get to know people and kind of become like a little family or community sometimes. And that's good, because you get to meet people from everywhere. So please share, subscribe, and if you want to be notified when I get everything done and I'm doing different experiments, if you want to watch, maybe you can watch me do through trial and error, so you don't waste your money. And I'll tell you like it is, what works, what don't work, why you want to do this, why you don't want to do that, and maybe help you all down the road that's living in vans or tents or campers. So without further ado, we're going to call this part 2 done, just keeping it short. And I'll do part 3 as I get on done. Probably when I'm about finished, I'll do part 3, show you everything. And then on part 4, I'll start doing the testing on how long the batteries will stay up with how many heaters I need to keep the van warm. That'll be my first test. So I got 2 of those heaters there. I'm gonna buy 2 more and see what it does. And the good thing is, it shouldn't be too hard, because now that if I don't have to heat with propane, I don't have to leave my windows open. And you all know how that is. The wind's blowing and you're trying to heat with propane. But if you close your windows, you die of suffocation or carbon dioxide, so you can't win. And that propane is so expensive. So once I get everything hooked up, my plan is after it's hooked up, I don't have to plug into nowhere. I don't have to go on shore power. Everything I have will be contained, and I'll have electricity 24/7. That's the way I'm going to fix this van. And then do some experiments. So y'all have a nice night. Stay safe. Goodbye.